So as you've seen from the title, it's equality. That's a, it's we're going to a dark, scary place, and no, I'm not talking about your hairy freaking armpits. Okay, it's a freaking scary place we're going to, and I don't really like it. So before we do that, okay, we're not going deep into it. We're not going ham, but we are going to be like positive. Like we're gonna think 100% straight up what we think, okay? But before we do that, I just wanted to say a little thing, okay? About how I bought original Xbox games for from the original Xbox. I originally would say Xbox One, like I say PlayStation 1, but I can't say Xbox One because, the latest Xbox was the Xbox One, of course. So I'm just going to call it the original Xbox, the one before the 360. Yeah, so I bought some games for that. You know how like SpongeBob and stuff, like THQ made SpongeBob, and they had some really good graphics back then. Like the graphics were better than games that literally came out in 2007 and 2008. Like literally some of the graphics were better than that. Like I'm not even kidding. Like the graphics in SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom and the movie game. Graphics, I mean they came out in like 2001 or something, right? Like the games. 2001, 2, 3 or something like that. That's way better, and the graphics are legit better than, excuse me, the graphics in like Fallout 3. Like Fallout 3 is awesome. You know that. You know I love that game. I mean, it's one of my favorite games ever. But the graphics aren't as good, and that's okay. But we're not even getting into that yet, sir. I mean, not yet. I mean, we're not even at all. So, but yeah. So I bought some of them. I didn't buy them yet, but I asked her, "Oh, are these games compatible on the 360?" And she said, "Yeah, they are compatible on the 360." They're from. I made sure she was like, "Sure, like from the original Xbox, would they work on the new one?" And she said yes. She didn't say I don't know. She didn't say no. She just said yes. So I get home, and they didn't even work. You know how some games work on the new things and some don't? Like, on the original Xbox, some games will be compatible on the Xbox 360. Like, some games from the 360 will be compatible on the Xbox One. But for the Xbox One, there's actually a list of games, so you know and everything. But let's just, get into equality. So, equality for both genders. Of course, yes, I want equality for both genders. Both men and women deserve like equal pay, equal everything. I'm not gonna go deep into this because the wage gap was proven wrong, so that's something to be happy about. Men don't get paid more than women, and women don't get paid more than men. We get more everything as long as everyone's treated fairly. Yes, there's gonna be differences and stuff, but we gotta overlook some things and take the best course of action, not action. I mean, we didn't choose to be born a male. We didn't choose to be born a female, right? So we gotta take the best course of action to provide equality, unless you just don't give a crap for some reason. But we actually kind of do need to give a crap, even if you don't. Because we gotta reproduce. Unless you don't care about your next generation, you just care about you right here, right now, then I guess you don't have to worry. But equality for trans people, of course, yes. They don't deserve more equality, which some people say they seem to have more, but no, they don't deserve less at all. They don't deserve to have less, even though yes, you might think they're a freak. I don't think they're a freak at all. No, yes, they might have a little bit something wrong, but that's okay. That's okay. We all have something wrong with us in some way. It's true. Everyone does. No one's perfect. I'm not talking about mentally. I'm sure everyone has something wrong. I'm like, no, it doesn't have to be something major, but trans people doesn't mean that they have something wrong. They just have, I can't quite tell you what it's called, but they have something that makes them feel like they want to be in the other body. It's called something I can't say. I have friends, legit. I have like 3 friends that are transgender. No, I am not transgender. But that doesn't mean I can't be friends with people that are transgender. Equality, not more, not less. Equality for everybody. but I'll get to who wouldn't deserve as much equality. In my opinion, I'll get to that later. But for now, sorry, I think gay people, which I'll just consider lesbians as, lesbian, gay, they're both the same thing except different genders, and straight, whatever thing you're into like that, I think we all deserve the same rights. The only reason you wouldn't deserve the same rights for any of the stuff, it's not because of your gender, it's not because of your race, it's not because of your, sexuality. It would be because of how you act, not how you look, not how you. I mean, yes, that kind of does affect that, but I'm not trying to say that because you're gay that you should be treated differently, because that's not at all the case. I'm saying if you're a jerk, then you should be treated like you should be taught not to be a jerk. You see what I'm saying? You can be a jerk and be normal. You can be gay, you can be whatever, and you can still be a jerk, right? So, I mean, that's what I'm saying about slightly treated differently, but overall, I'd like to treat people the same, unless you kind of, they're like pushing it or something, right? Equality for races? Of course, every race, yes. It's not, I mean, we didn't choose to be born a certain race, did we? As far as I know, we did not. So, it's not your fault you were born that race. So you're your fault that you were born there. I mean, it's kind of your parents' fault, but let's talk about ourselves here, okay? It's not our fault what race we were born, okay? We didn't decide. So I think we all, even if we did, I mean, for the most part, we should still treat each other, equal. I mean, the only exception here would be is if you could choose your races and then you purposely chose to be some crazy person that just wanted to kill people. That doesn't even make sense. Forget it. Every race deserves to be treated fairly. So make sure that, if that doesn't mean that because someone's white and they're treating someone of a different race they're bullying them, then the white person deserves to be punished. If it's no matter what race it is, it's not being racist if the other person deserves it, right? But if they don't deserve it, don't do it, okay? That's all I really want to, because there's a lot more stuff like transabled and all that stuff. But transabled is seriously, honestly, one of the things I can say is actually stupid, because there are people who are purposely damaging themselves, purposely breaking their own limbs so that they can be called transabled, so that they can be in a wheelchair or whatever, what do you call it, disabled. Honestly, maybe, just maybe, they could actually be something mentally wrong with them or something, that they would do that. In that case, I don't even know what to say, but in the case that they're doing it just so they can be disabled, so that they can get more money from the government or treated differently or something, I don't know. But I'm just, if they're doing that to get more money to the government or be looked at differently and stuff, then that doesn't mean to go over and start beating them up. That doesn't mean that they deserve that special treatment. If they did that on purpose, then they deserve to be treated the same as someone else. If they accidentally did get disabled or naturally were or whatever, then they deserve to be treated disabled if it was an accident, right? Or someone did that to them or something, right? Then they deserve to be treated fairly and more than a regular person. But if they purposely damage themselves like that, then they don't deserve more because they're purposely doing that. Unless, I kind of sound like a jerk here, but I'm trying not to, because if they have a mental disability and they're purposely damaging themselves, then I don't really know. I guess you could call that an exception, but I can't wrap my head around exactly, I don't think like this. So I have I have no problem against anybody, no matter what race, sexuality, whatever you are, as long as you ain't trying to like rape me or hurt me or be a jerk to me. It's how you act to me, right? If you act nice, then I'm gonna act nice back. I don't care what you look like, but if you're acting nice and it's just to get something that's wrong, then obviously I'm not just gonna keep on treating you nice because, oh, you're nice to me, I'm gonna ignore you beating up that other guy. You treat me fair, but you don't treat that other person fair. I don't care what race you are. You can be my race. You can make fun of my race all you want. Honestly, my race deserves to be made fun of. But I don't make fun of no race. I make fun of myself, okay? Every race has their things, and I don't even see why race has to be a factor really anymore. Why people are rapists, I don't understand. Like, even if you're that alone, like, seriously, like, wow, like, that's far, far, far. Like, and then, like, racist, like, that's, I don't understand racist. I mean, raping is obviously way worse, but racist is just, I don't understand what the problem is, like, why you can't just like the other person. Like, calling them a terrorist and stuff, that's not really nice unless they actually legit were. But if they just, because they look like that, you can't just automatically call them a terrorist or something, okay? I mean, maybe they could be, but that's very, very inappropriate. So, I just... only one person, as far as I know, asked for my opinion and listed those. I kind of added the translable part in, but they added the list of, they put the sexuality, the race, that stuff. But it's okay. We all have our own things, and we all deserve to, be treated fairly. So I'll see you guys later, okay?